Session number 7.
Wow.
I'm happy to be here, guys. Yay. We did it! The Leshies and good kobolds are safe. Half the town's ruined, but that's okay. It's fixable. They all said that they were constantly being harassed by this sorcerer who wants to own the town. Well, what's the big idea? The little poison Leshy talked about ruins of an old kingdom and asked if we could find some ingredients. Lapsy is a skin grafter. She can add gills, wings, and more. It's crazy. Back home, if we willed it hard enough, we could alter our bodies. Huh. I wonder how a tail would look on me. Ooh, or wings. Ooh. Well, we then left Port Town. We found a big tree dragon stalking around a tower guarded by a stone golem. But Pat and I smelled something foul. A kobold cultist! Just like the last one. They want to control the golem. They want to control the golem. They were very slippery, but Pat got them. And he found some loot. Now to see what this is all about. And I hope you enjoy this week's sketches.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
Some good ones.
Oh wow. Oh boy.
I make myself laugh. That's great.
No, I gotta save that.
As soon as that happened last session, that meme immediately just popped in my mind. Like, well, I'm doing that now.
Amazing choice.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Well, that's what happened last session.
Anything else anyone like to add to the?
We captured the cultist and we're gonna talk to it and find out what's going on. Well, hopefully. Also, we'll Turtle. See how cooperative this guy is going to be, and also we have the other. Yeah, we have Turtle Shell to figure out too. And
Well, Turtle Shell might already be dealt with, as he's kind of been eaten by the tree dragon.
Well, we told him to leave the turtle shell behind. Yeah.
Oh right, okay, yeah.
So we just need to retrieve it. Yeah, after
New
the
armor
tree
for
dragon.
Goran.
No, we're gonna turn it into a car.
Oh right, yes, the Flintstones car. Yabba dabba doo.
Put some wheels on it. I got a horse. We put it on the horse. We are the wheels. So I don't think we have we don't have land transportation with the exception of the small carpet.
Yeah, the medium-sized carpet. Yeah. Otherwise, we use the carpet in combination with Paduina dragon form that flies us around. That's all we got. So,
For a minute.
if I dismiss Zally, That leaves us with three small creatures and 2 mediums, which I think fit on the carpet. Though Zally has to stay dismissed.
Yeah. She doesn't get to feel the wind in her hair.
Nope.
Yeah, last session, let's see. That happened. You talked to the people in town, did the stuff. Tree Dragon came here, all that happened. And yeah. Pretty much sums up what happened. So here we are. You guys find yourself. You have just captured the Kobold Magoo. You have de-aggroed the Golem. And he is now here in your midst, surrounded. In shackles. All that good stuff.
Yes, Dawn rolled a nat 20 to shackle him. Them.
Yep. She did.
Yep.
Alright. So,
Wow.
I think we're gonna go a decent amount of distance away from the tower, but not so far away that we can't get back here quickly.
Yeah.
Like far enough away to where we won't get, rediscovered by the.
My dragon form will expire pretty quickly, so
Yeah.
I got 2 rounds left. So
Yeah, 12 seconds. You got
actually, well, there you go.
By the time everything wears off, it would be, yep. The map's only so big, but yeah, this is all going on down here somewhere off in the distance.
I will begin by using a 30-foot cone heal spell on everyone, kobold included. So everyone heals 16 hit points. Carry on.
So, Bridget, this has not come up with us, I do not think, yet. So, I suppose it would be good for me to ask you now. How are your interrogation tactics?
I will be quite honest. My way of getting information out of people is through food and friendship. Having endured being interrogated, I have no interest of doing that to others myself. I understand sometimes the need to do such actions, but please do not ask me to partake in them.
Do you
Unless
have a,
it is of the friendly genre in which I can share food with the interrogatee.
Do you have a small treat?
Give me one quick moment. I might. I just might. There
I
is...
would like a treat.
Of course you would. Okay, give me a one. Had this ready. Okay, here we go. What do I got here? If you see anything of interest in here, feel free to request it. I'm looking.
So these are all things you can make?
Yes.
Nice.
At the bottom left, level 3, Diplomat's Charcuterie. Give a bonus to make an impression diplomacy, a sense motive perception. Though we've already made an impression, I feel, with the goblin, with the kobold. That might not
What?
help a whole lot.
What exactly is the missive meant?
That is basically when you eat it, you... Well, no. When you create it, you record a small message, and whoever eats it later will hear that message.
I'm melting, melting.
What do the
No!
numbers mean? Is that just the level of the item?
Yes, the level of the item.
What does it take to make these?
I can make up to 6 versatile ones that you have to consume as soon as it's made. So far, I've used 2 of my 6, so I have 4 food items I can still make today. As long as they are consumed as soon as they're made.
Could you get this one to point to the mint and have it say, so tasty.
Sure, here, why don't you say it?
So tasty.
Alright. Well. Let me create that really quickly for you. So tasty. Here you go, I dropped it in your inventory.
Thank you so much. Now, she walks over to the cultist. Bonjour, Mr. Kobold, or Mrs. Kobold. We have some questions for you.
Yes, I certainly do. You went through an awful lot of trouble to come speak with me.
Who is this sorcerer that you have such a high regard for?
They kind of look, tilt their head a little bit, kind of quizzically. The sorcerer is the sorcerer. I have only seen them from a distance once. They are the sorcerer. We serve the sorcerer.
But-
Why do you serve the sorcerer?
What
Sorry.
has he done to make such an impression upon you that you would serve him so loyally?
Because those of our tribe that did not serve the sorcerer or hear their ways were liberated from this world.
So he is a fear tactic sort of leader.
They were not smart enough to see the way of the sorcerer and the strength they can provide.
You know, strength is not everything in this world. There are nicer things. Tell me, what is the nicest thing this sorcerer has done for you?
Given food, shelter, family, security.
But this food, this shelter, it does not seem that it is. Well, it cannot be that good. It must be mediocre, yes?
No.
based on the tactics needed to get it for you? Here, have this, and she'll shove the mint into its mouth. This is something that the sorceress has cooked up. Much better than your sorcerer.
So the kobold will hear what was made, what was said. Has no way of knowing who the original sender was, what they sound like, or who the message was intended for.
Oh,
So-
so tasty.
So it's not with Key's voice or anything. It's just like a AI voice, basically.
Mm.
Yum, yum, yum. So good. Yum, yum.
Yum yum yum.
Oh gosh. He'll start killing us.
No. The strength and security for our peoples has been the best thing that has happened to our tribe.
And the other tribes that have been affected by the sorcerer, don't you feel bad in the slightest for them?
No. They are the ones that oppressed and caused death and destruction to us.
Is that so? But you are the one who said that the sorcerer is the one who liberated the others. Wouldn't you say it a cause and effect? The sorcerer causes the death and destruction.
The sorcerer took out what was weak in our tribe and brought that which is strong to be stronger in our tribe.
One person's idea of weak can be another person's strength, you know.
So since you have lost to us today, the sorcerer shall see you put to death, yes?
If that is my fate, then it is my fate.
Oh, bullshit.
She'll take her staff that she's holding and bonk him on the head. You're stupid. That is not how the world works.
Why? Did you mention that it was Port Town that was oppressing you guys? What did they do?
Poor town. There are many places, many tribes that oppress us and do not see our ways.
Well, if you're going to go around forcing people to obey your rules or to destroy them, then yeah, they're not going to listen to you. At least not willingly.
Yes, you
So-
are right.
So their oppression is simply them resisting you, not actively going out of their way to hunt you down or anything.
Oh, they hunt us. There are many that hunt us.
Well,
Our existence is to be hunted, and now we are the hunters.
oh yeah,
by,
duh.
by you, do you mean other kobolds, or do you just mean your tribe in general?
They'll look to you, Padwina. You are a kobold. Do you not know the truth and our existence is to be hunted?
That's not what I'm determining.
then perhaps they keep you as a pet.
No, if anything, I am her pet, thank you.
Oh, I this does not say that.
You could call me a teacher's pet.
Okay,
No,
I'll accept that one.
that was better.
What did you think I meant?
So many things.
Nothing.
Can I see the full picture of the cultist?
Yes, you may.
Is it wearing all that jewelry?
Yeah, I would be wearing jewelry. Rather than gold, it would be bronze.
Okay. Okay, so your allegiance to this sorcerer, I understand it. It makes sense to me. But why the golems?
Because it is the sorcerer's will, and they will it.
If I'm
Oh,
The
willing to
knowledge
wager
to
anything,
speak with and commune with the ancient ones, and so they do.
if I'm willing to wager anything, does your sorcerer friend have some sort of way to make them listen to him?
I just said that. Were you not listening?
why does this sorcerer not just will the ancient ones to his own bidding? Why does he require you to go do it?
I was just told to come to a location where one probably is. And it was. To see what condition it is and what it is doing.
Ah, I see. You are just a scout.
Has he afforded you the means to make him listen to you, or is that just something the sorcerer can do?
I have not been deemed worthy as of yet.
Hmm.
And where is your tribe? You are really talking up this sorcerer. I'm quite interested, to be honest. He does make a good. They do make a good point, Padwina. I mean, your kind usually is hunted. This seems like it might be a worthy person to follow. Yes.
His way isn't the right way, though. That just gives them more
Oh.
reason to hunt my kind.
But it'd
That
be
is
harder for
not the
them to
way.
hunt you if you are stronger than them. And Key will give you kind of like a winking face.
Ah, right. Maybe you do have a point.
Tell me, does your sorcerer accept others into his following? We have bested you, so obviously our strength would be an asset.
I do not know if they would accept you. I suppose that would only be one way to find out. But if that were to happen, roles would have to be reversed as they look down at their shackles.
I did not. Why would you say this? Clearly, they would see us bringing you in and think, oh, that is right. They are stronger, so they are more important, yes?
Loyalty is more important than strength.
Loyalty. Like the killing of half of the other kobolds? I do not think that has anything to do with loyalty.
I would not expect you or your kind to have an understanding of our ways.
No, I understand very well. You follow who is strong, and you are loyal to that. Well, we are strong. Stronger than you. So you follow us, yes?
Survival of the fittest, yes?
You have strength, but you do not have my loyalty, and neither would you have it.
Hmm.
But we
Well-
would have the loyalty of your sorcerer. You must only bring us to him.
Are you truly willing to have roles reversed?
Without the reversal of the rules. We could unshackle you, but we are not putting on shackles ourselves. You are not strong enough to have that position. We do not wish to lie to your sorcerer and make him think you are stronger than you appear. That is not a good first impression.
I cannot in good faith bring a bunch of hunters into my tribe. You ask too much of me.
Why would you think we are hunters?
Because you have hunted me.
And you have hunted other people. We are not hunting you. We are
We
merely
are-
having a conversation.
A negotiation, if you will.
What would you call seeking me out from my place of invisibility? Then I try to flee from you, and you capture me, like bind me like an animal. You have hunted me.
By binding you like an animal, do you mean when I took you up in my hands very gently and tried talking to you very calmly?
They look at their shackles.
Well, that's because you fought back, of course, when we weren't even trying to engage with you. Had you not done that, perhaps our conversation would have been different.
Had you simply let me go away, things would have been better.
But then, if that were the case, then your sorcerer would not have such a band of highly strong warriors heading towards his employment. So really, you are being given 5 great assets, even something better than that creature over there. I'm sorry, 6 great assets. Bridget is hiding. 6 great assets. Wonderful gifts for your sorcerer. You would not have gotten this if you had simply run away. Now, you have a couple of options here. You can bring us to the sorcerer yourself, and we can have a lovely conversation, see what we can do to help you and your leader. Or we find the sorcerer ourselves, tell him that you refuse to speak to us, and that our strength against you and the other creature was much stronger, and you thought, oh, they are not good enough for the sorcerer. they're not good enough to be assets, even though they have bested me and the stone golem.
Do you really think that your sorcerer friend would turn down such fine assets for your sake of your pride?
Where is your loyalty now?
Give me a deception check.
Is it a deception?
Are you actually planning on going to go join the sorcerer and be assets?
I don't have enough information to make that decision. I'm not.
We're going to. I mean, the kobold's not saying enough for us, really. It's better to hear from the source at this point.
Yeah. I can't honestly say if I'm being deceptive or not, because Keita literally doesn't know anything about the sorcerer. So she's interested.
We don't know anything beyond that he's really powerful and that he has a thing for golems, and he's.
She wasn't lying about he makes good points. Kobolds are hunted.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
She's trying to mitigate this situation and do this interrogation in a diplomatic way.
Well, if you're actually legitimately considering these things and not just fishing for higher numbers, then give me a diplomacy check.
Yes, I'm not just fishing for higher numbers. What does that
It's just
do?
the winks and the this and that made me think this was a trickery situation.
Well, she's tricking Padwina.
I suppose, yeah.
She's trying to get Padwina to be okay with what she's saying.
Okay.
But she hasn't lied. She hasn't said any lies.
Okay. Well, then I suppose that would be diplomacy.
Everywhere Pat would be deception for sure, but
Mm-hmm.
I am not sure why my diplomacy says I. Oh, identify elemental creatures. Okay, that's not what I'm doing. Okay. That's weird.
I don't think that or the wings are
oh,
Oh.
relevant. You will leave the golem be.
We do not have any reason to take it down right now. We've got what we wanted.
we came here in pursuit of something else, but happened to notice you, that's all.
You'll see the kobold is contemplating things in their head.
Speaking of which, shouldn't we go retrieve that soon?
I believe we have to wait another 10 or 15 minutes.
Right, yes.
There's certainly perhaps truth to what you're saying, but you must understand the difficulty for me in bringing people like them to my tribe.
And they'll glance at Dawn and then Bridget off in the distance.
Hmm. Well,
So, sorry. I'm just wondering here. Bee told me that on the mainland, kobolds were hunted. Yeah, I get that, but even here on this island, kobolds are hunted? Does that mean there's a lot of humans here too?
Thankfully, there are very rarely ones like them that come here.
But you are still hunted?
Yes.
By who? Leshies?
I don't see why they would want to do that.
We are still hunted by the large ones.
Oh, don't the large ones just hunt everything and everyone? They're hungry. They don't discriminate.
What do you mean by large ones?
The large ones. The giant men that live in the woods.
Giant men.
Pedro's ears just perk. Interesting. Giant man, you mean like bigger than... She points to Dawn. Like,
They look
giant
very
giant?
very much like her.
And she'll point it on.
Oh, so not giant, but
But a different color.
Different color.
so you in particular, well, you the kobolds are being hunted by these giant people.
We are hunted by all things.
Well, why don't you just hunt down the ones that hunt you in particular, like those giant ones? Instead of taking it all out on the leshies.
What is this about leshies you're mentioning? What have the leshies done?
The ones that your kind invaded and destroyed their village. Granted, we just got here, so we're not really aware of all the internal politics going on here. We just came here and we saw you guys with your big stone golems lay waste to the village of Leshies.
I see. I myself am not familiar with this, but
Oh.
Do you, maybe if you showed him the spell book, maybe he might recognize who this compatriot is.
oh, sure, yes.
It might not work, but worth a shot, I suppose.
We're talking about this, right?
Yes, that's the one. Does that look familiar to you?
That looks like a book of one of my people. Not something that is easily parted with one.
But do you know who used to own it? Or perhaps you are not familiar with this person.
Not personally.
Okay. Well, it was worth a shot, I suppose.
There is some truth in the sense that you might be assets to the sorcerer, but I do not know if fully if you can be trusted.
Well,
You are outside of our ways, and that is dangerous.
there isn't really anything we can do to make you trust us more. I mean, we have spoken our piece. You are still alive, which is enough, I think, for you to think that we are not going to kill you. We also did not kill the golem over there, just like you requested. If we wanted to hunt you and, you know, murder you, it would have been done already.
Suppose there is sense in that.
And to be fruitfully honest, we are only hunting one thing, and that is lemons.
Lemons?
I figured you had that reaction, but yes, that's originally why we came to this island in the first place. Lemons are at a premium in the mainland, you see.
Lemon meringue pie, lemon squares, lemon tart, you name it. We're here for that.
So, we did not come for any malicious purposes or anything. We mostly came for cooking supply, I guess, is more or less. And the first thing that we saw when we got here was, well, chaos.
You will forgive me if I need time to mull these things over in my head and make heads or tails of what all of this means.
It just means that we wanted lemons, I suppose. And ended up getting roped into something we did not expect.
Would you permit me time alone to clear my head? This has been a very stressful afternoon for me.
Well, you know what? She'll move forward and go to undo his uh, their shackles. You're not needed to be shackled like this. It is a little unnecessary, yes? Because if you were to run away and leave us, then we kill the golem over there, and then, well, that wouldn't be good for you or your sorcerer. So, we don't really need both of these precautions, yes?
Yes.
She'll undo the shackles.
Dawn will take them and put them back in her bag.
So, you wait here for us. We give you some time. We come back, and then you make a decision. Yes?
Yes.
Does that sound good for everybody else?
I will defer to your judgment on this.
Uh-huh.
The best beneficial in this situation is to make a decision and not leave. Otherwise, only bad things happen. So I would not run off.
It was not my intention. Besides, you had made it abundantly clear I lack the ability to do so, even if I still wanted to.
Good. I believe it would hopefully be good enough time for getting the turtle stuff now. And before the cultist leaves,
Mm.
she is going to mark them as her prey,
Okay.
so that if I have to hunt, I can hunt. I will become the hunter. I do not know how that went, but it went better than expected, I suppose.
Another tyrant.
Possible. Honestly, we don't know much other than strong, uh, persuasive leader. And persuasion could be strength. I was a little unsure, to be honest.
Well, there is a good chance that this sorcerer is formidable, considering that that kobold over there could cast some pretty mean spells of its own, and it feels subservient to this sorcerer. So definitely not someone to be trifled with.
So we have we agreed to let him go? Let them go? Are we going to be seeing them again?
It seems like we're going to be walking into the lion's den, so to speak.
But not as immediate enemies. Think of it as an informational gathering.
I have a feeling he's going to be less than pleased that we're there.
Are they going to, are they bringing us to the sorcerer?
From the sounds of it, maybe.
I think that they will say yes.
Zally told me that folks who look like me and Dawn hunt them. Sure that's a good idea? Will they not immediately assume we are part of them?
If we walk in there with that thing in shackles and as if we are taking him hostage, they will, but if Padwina here is leading and alongside them, I do not know why that would be the first assumption.
You want me to? I suppose that makes the most sense, but
I will be right behind you, of course.
well, that's a relief. It worked out really well the last time. I just I have this feeling that he's not going to be as receptive to our arrival. I feel like he wants a bunch of people he deems as weak around him, not people that could potentially stand up to him.
We do not have to market ourselves so boisterously as we did for that one. However,
Because if we go in there saying that we were looking for lemons like we did with the other kobold, I don't think he's going to buy that, even though it's true.
He's going to ask us why did we get involved.
if I am being perfectly honest, we could just say the truth. Curiosity.
Is he going to accept that we killed his people because we were curious?
Well, he killed his own people, so maybe.
The little I know of this sorcerer, I don't think he or she will be swayed by your witty comment.
I don't know. It worked pretty good for that that turtle tree down there. But if it doesn't, well, we'd be in their home turf, and that won't be a good time.
Well, everybody has their candy, yes? She'll, I'm sorry, not candy. Cupcakes.
I was gonna say, I didn't have. I know.
Just to let you know, you need to be able to see where you're going too with that. If we're in some sort of cavern or temple, we won't
Can't
be out
just
of
walk
there.
back up, yeah.
Well, we're strong. If it gets that bad, then we fight our way out. Adwina turns into a dragon and we fly out of there.
You wouldn't happen to have a dragon
I have
form that can dig, can it? Can do you?
I have hit my limit for dragon form today.
Oh, we would need a day's of rest for sure. It could even be a day's travel away for all we know. That is part of the reason why I am looking at that turtle shell as kind of like a mobile home, yes?
Are we going to all curl up inside of it, or?
It's a pretty big thing. I would think of it like a moving a carriage, a caravan sort of deal. Wagon. That's the word I was looking for.
Although, a meeting a new group of people is always a good occasion to create new bonds and make new friends, perhaps. Maybe we can turn this into a nice, civilized moment with the sorcerer.
Well, that is what I'm hoping for. That's what I have been advocating for.
Someone who rules by fear isn't necessarily concerned with civilized.
But have they had Bridget cooking? I have
No,
it
they
on
have
good
not.
authority that good food can sway the hardest of hearts. I've known a troll or two to completely change their tune to a couple of muffins.
Be
Oh.
you a priest, a king, a tyrant, or a pauper, everyone melts before the heat of the kitchen.
The kobold comes in and says, "Oh no, they're going to eat me."
Everyone melts in an oven.
Yeah. Let's Hansel and Gretel that kobold.
Where's Hansel and Gretel? They sound tasty.
Well, I'm a witch, so yes, I can attest to that one. Gingerbread bones. Gingerbread bones. So, have you had time to sort things out a bit? And
Yes, my head is still awash, and perhaps against my better judgment. But I
You like
will
some
not be
coffee?
taking you. I will not be taking you to my tribe because you mentioned you wished to see the sorcerer. That would be unnecessary. I was told to report back to them at the location by the rivers.
So we will meet the sorcerer by the rivers?
Yes.
Oh, that is great news. Let's say, what is the word? Stress on you?
Yes. I will still need some time to finish my mission here with the stone giant.
I thought you were just checking on it.
I still have a few more observations I need to make.
That should give us enough time to modify the turtle shell.
Very well then.
I have one condition, though. You must have dinner with us, okay?
Very well. I look at you a little puzzled.
We want to show you that just because we are different does not mean we are not hospitable.
She'll roll a 1 with this in my food, just watch.
She's rolled a 12 so far, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh my. Oh.
You're gonna ask you to roll initiative, bitch.
uh, I ended up being cut in the middle anyway.
You
So you have
will
to beat
melt
the
in my
tip,
oven.
exactly.
Yes, you will indeed.
Roasted dawn sounds so tasty. Uh,
What does the sunrise taste like?
Frosty and painful for those who try.
A nice Don a la King for all of us.
Mhm.
Oh, shall we?
Yes, that's enough sets for one day.
She didn't actually say that.
I know. I'm just joking.
Neither did Don say that all your food is one. I just couldn't pass up the
Look,
opportunity.
Don, you can think it, but please don't say it.
oh boy.
I'm
Turtle
so zoomed in,
time.
so I can't really see where. Okay, I'm heading in the right direction.
Oh boy, a turtle
No.
shell.
All right, you come over here and you see the gigantic turtle therium shell has been picked clean by now, leaving only the bones and the skeleton and, well, mostly the shell.
Oh boy.
Time to get to work.
You want to make this into a chariot?
As you'll see, it is a huge shell with a bulk of 20. Takes up as much space as the creature token there. It is quite large, it is quite heavy. It's quite hefty and chunky.
Time to start getting rid of these bones and doing some cleaning. She'll just use prestidigitation to get some of the grossness off of the shells, kind of start cleaning up the areas and moving bones back and forth away from the inside of the shell.
Okay.
Basically, just leaving the shell as on its own.
Alright. Well, with probably as big as it is, a couple hours of prestidigitating. Because you can affect an object of one bulk with 10 rounds, so you're going to be cleaning out bits and pieces of turtle therium guts for a while. You would eventually get it cleaned up, and yeah, what exactly is it you're planning on doing this? Making
Are we putting rudimentary stone wheels on this thing,
Wants
or
to add wheels to make it a car, yeah.
because I will ask, how do you guys plan on making wheels and all of that?
Hold on.
Yeah, exactly.
hmm?
Well, Padwina is a gifted craftsman.
Yep.
Yes.
So I imagine with all the trees that are around and
That is true, but does Padwina carry around carpenter's tools?
Nope.
no, but Padwina has magic, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
I don't think prestidigitation can. But I've got plenty of weapons
Unless you
that can
want,
be
unless
used
you want to
like
see me
tools.
whittle something with a divine lance or something.
Poke.
Let's
Because
see.
my point here being is without the proper appropriate tools or some kind of appropriate magic, this will take several days to make good wheels and enough that would be able to support a big ol'
I have this.
wasn't that a pick?
I believe so.
I believe that was a pickaxe.
I can paint the
You
the
can paint
wheels.
it. You can make it look very nice.
And I've got all this clay that can be moldable. We can put an engine on it. I can use this coal.
Do you have an
We're,
engine?
we're going to make a train out of this.
we can make an engine.
That's gonna make the problem worse. My point here is that you guys will be able to eventually cobble something together with your crafting expertise and what you have, but it is going to take a good long while because of
And
Have a
the
drill.
fact that you're in the middle of the wilderness. You'll have to fell trees. You'll have to get everything yourselves. You'll have to use what is presumably camping tools and other things. Maybe even some of your weapons to try and actually make the timber that you get into usable shapes. All that.
Well, how long are we talking?
like a week, if not more.
Roll me an 1d8 plus 4. Padwina.
That many days. Have you seen Dr. Stone?
Oh,
The amount of time it takes to make these things is not that long whenever all you do is make those things.
About a week. Ray,
7 days.
I spent the entire day today working with wood.
I don't know. As it stands right now, how fast can all of you run?
I don't know. You're playing Pathfinder with me right now, so you didn't spend the entire day working with wood.
Yes.
You're also not.
Power tools. I had the appropriate tools. I had all of the things. I already had the materials. All that good stuff.
But do you have a strength of +4?
Ray, this is my ruling. This is what we're gonna go with.
I'm not going against the ruling. I'm just
saying, without the appropriate tools and or magic, if you had something like shape wood, that would significantly cut down on the time. But with the tools I am aware that you guys have, it will take 7 days to make it all as a wagon that can support the weight and the rigors of traveling through the wilderness. That's what I'm saying. It will take time. By all means, present to me ideas to reduce the time, but with the knowledge I currently have.
well, I've got some ants to help out.
Okay.
Ants?
I
Well-
believe.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh, wow.
Well, I mean, I could carry it for you for a time. For maybe 2 minutes.
Can also make some pottery.
Nice, we can decorate the car.
Well, pottery can be used for actual, like, important things for the
Not-
mechanics and stuff of
Not the
wheels.
kind of
wagon?
pottery that the instant pottery can make.
About how far away is this place that we're at now from the village we were at previously?
From your travel time, it was about. What did you guys spend? About the full day's travel walking here? So, you ever take 8 hours?
Well, it's not
Okay.
about using what the instant pottery actually. You use the instant pottery as a base, and then you build around it. It's kind of like a
A mold?
mold. Yeah.
Okay, what are you molding?
A wheel.
From wood?
Look, I'm not an actual craftsman myself. Okay, I
He's
need to
not
make this
either.
very clear. But I know that you
It's
can
from-
use
from
pottery
clay,
as
can't you?
Yeah, we've got loads of clay. Like workable, usable clay. I know you can make non-wooden wheels.
Yes.
No object can have intricate artistry or complex moving parts. Can fulfill a cost or the like. Or is made of anything more than clay or earth. Okay. Each object is obviously the product of temporary magic and thus can't be sold. Okay.
Range 3, so you can make it up to 2 bulk and last for 24 hours.
How much bulk is a wheel of clay?
Well, for a wheel to
For
fit the size of this monster truck we're making, give
Oh,
a
God.
big ass
we're,
wheel.
we're getting into some big logistics here that I'm not familiar with.
How much is a wheel? A clay wheel?
If it were a rubber wheel, it wouldn't probably have to be too much, but for a clay wheel, I'm not sure. It'll be a very bumpy ride, that much I can say. See, I'm kind of in the camp of we should probably bring this somewhere so that we can get someone who can do this stuff with it, or we bring someone here who can help us with that.
I mean, I guess you guys could probably make some clay wheels, but they wouldn't last very long.
Well, they're temporary, are they? Or they
Well,
would last 24 hours.
C's idea is that you make a mold and then you mold that and with the clay that she has into wheels.
Or shells. I've got shells.
We just okay. So
The problem, of course, if we decide to just bring this somewhere else, this shell, because I don't think we want to leave it there.
I don't know where we would bring it.
Well, we could bring it to the village, but like we don't really have the means to, not without someone like having some way to move it beyond 2 minutes, because that's all I can muster.
I have horse.
She
Horse
does
can
have the
carry.
horse.
Okay.
clearly, we grab a whole bunch of coconut crabs, strap them all
Oh
together,
Jesus!
and
Okay.
create like tank wheels where they'll just roll like a tank.
You're making a joke, but I think that's a possibility.
I think all this talk about wheels has made us cocoa nuts. So
I mean, this is not just saying it's me. It's pure,
Yeah.
I'm making a joke here. Oh dear.
whatever you want to do, I'll help you with. I don't know. I almost feel like even just getting someone from the village to come help us with this would be a good idea. They could bring the supplies that we need.
And
Yeah.
and by golly, there's more than enough broken down lumber and stone in Port Town now that we can salvage and reuse.
Yeah, absolutely there is.
I mean, yeah, that is very true.
I don't know how they'll feel about us taking that rubble, and they'll
Well-
probably want to use that to rebuild.
We take the unusable ones, of course, not the good ones. We'll be giving them a hand.
That's true.
How are we gonna bring this all the way to Port Town?
Yeah, it's not doable.
It's like a full day's travel from here.
And there's no way I can sustain telekinetic call for longer than 2 minutes if I burn a 5th level slot and drain bonded item.
Do you have the shrink item spell?
Actually, that would be a good idea. Let me see if I got that. I don't think I do, but I got shrink.
I mean, shrink I think works the same way.
I think shrink is on a target. A creature.
Well, we
So-
use shrink on the ballistas. I think we use the same spell.
Well,
That was shrink item.
if we
Oh, there's
Yeah.
if
okay.
we were able to shrink the ballistas, wait,
That was shrink item.
The target is one willing creature.
yeah, that's what I thought.
So
The ballistas were shrunk with a scroll, weren't they?
Yeah. Do you guys still have?
Oh,
Ah,
no
shit.
doubt, no.
I see.
I don't
Do
know
I?
what's in the party stash. I mean, that right there would absolutely make it.
A lot easier, yes.
Yeah.
Diana has a shrink item. Where is she?
Where is?
Well, I think the obvious answer here is we just leave it. Yes, not that important, not that worth that much of a hassle. We have enough money. We can just buy a fancy cart if we really want to.
I mean, I'm kind of intrigued by this idea.
Oh, I am too. But the thing is if it's going to take us that long to make it, well, we would be able to get around the island by then. We'd have our lemons. We'd be out of here. We can go buy a much more professionally made cart that would be less of a hassle.
I
But
Do
it sounds like
have
such a fun idea.
do have a small suggestion.
Oh, sure.
What of our little kobold friend Lapsy that we met? Based off of our brief interaction, I feel like she would jump at the chance for something like this.
Yes, but it is about a day's worth away, is it not? I do not know how long we can keep this cultist friend of ours.
Chances are the cultists will not be welcome. Given what the other cultist already did. But I do think that that's a good idea still.
Does anyone have a message?
I can cast sending.
Perhaps you could send Lapsy over this direction. She can take it back to the village somehow.
Is she gonna
And then-
graft wings on the shell?
It's possible.
I can
No,
do
she
that.
does not. She cannot make wings right now. But
All right.
essentially, it is too much of a bother for us to be worth it. To attempt to bring it there ourselves. The amount of time wasted on this endeavor would not be worth the amount of time it would take us to just go to town and buy something like this.
I mean, that's
Especially
true. But
the amount of time it would take us just to travel. It would be much faster on foot than something that would basically be the same speed.
But this could be a lot cheaper in the long run.
Honestly, just might be easier to make an entire vehicle from the salvaged materials from Port Town than try and
Well,
finagle the
that
tool
is-
base into something.
Well, with the clay wheels idea, I think you would be able to make wheels that could last the day. You would still need a crafting check and everything. I think with that, you would be able to get something that could move for the day.
It still doesn't answer what we're going to do about the cultists while we're doing this. Are we just gonna let him go to that meeting spot? That doesn't seem wise. Because he's not gonna want to. I don't think they're gonna want him there. Then they're gonna think that we're in cahoots with them. Someone will probably need to stay back with him from the village. What do you think? Like, what?
I don't think this turtle shell is going anywhere. Let's just leave it here and deal with it when we're done with the sorcerer.
An animal might choose to make its a temporary shelter in this shell, and that's a good thing.
Yes,
Well,
so we'd make it a pet out of it, yes?
That's not what I meant.
Why don't we just trick the dragon into moving it over there for us?
The dragon's gone. Also, Padwina cannot turn back into a dragon to talk to it, so...
I don't think it will listen to me from that point forward.
Oh, well, I don't know. I don't know how all that works. I just know you're a dragon sometimes.
Well, he seems to listen more when. Well, those kinds seem to listen more to that sort of tactic, but when I'm him as myself, well, I don't think he's going to appeal to having someone much smaller than him telling him what to do. So, I don't think he'll be of much help, unfortunately. He's already done enough, well, doing what he did.
That said, Edwina, I know you had the this is GM mentioning things. You did raise you guys raised a good point. I feel like Padwina would have shrink item because she had those scrolls in her inventory for an age. It doesn't feel like Padwina to have a scroll in her inventory in her possession and not put it in her spell book. Obviously, us as players having an oversight on that. Or just not thinking of it, or not having time. Because I know that was in your inventory. I know you had an extra one after the whole ballista thing. I don't know.
Did I put it in the item stash or no?
I don't know, but I feel like Padwina would have learned that. Does that not seem like Padwina?
No, it does.
It does.
I would be willing, especially since I know Diana has the spell, I would be willing to let you have the shrink item spell as a way of at least, both having it and being able to get the turtle shell, because that makes sense for the sake of the characters, no?
Oh, hey, we have glue.
Glue?
We have glue.
Hello?
You do have glue.
I also have glue bullets that I could take the glue out of.
That's, yeah.
How are you gonna use the glue?
I'm not a crafter. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't have these answers.
okay. No. The glue is actually good.
Well,
Because you know what you could do with the glue? You could make your clay wheels mixed in with the glue.
Yep. And I'm sure we can also put it on the turtle with that. There's a lot of uses.
Okay.
but what we could do is we could take 2 logs, put them underneath with the glue, so then they'll stick to the logs. So that'll be the under part of the makeshift vehicle.
And I mean, with the sovereign glue and the clay, that would be able to make.
We also have
Something-
abyssium chunks. We've got all this stuff that I could break
Well,
apart and.
link this stuff.
I've been linking stuff.
Yeah. Okay. I
We
mean,
got a
with the sovereign
ladder,
glue, I think your wheels would.
10
They would.
balls.
Honestly, they would be nearly indestructible wheels with that in mind. Okay, so that would solve your wheels problem, and I think because that is the biggest thing is having like wheels big enough, sturdy enough, and able to actually support this thing. I think you guys would be able to throw together some spokes. So with a mixture, I don't think the whole thing would be as durable as the full sovereign glue, but let's be honest, it doesn't need to be. I think you guys would be able to get wheels on this thing in a day with the ideas that you have, with the glue, with the clay, with all of that, and they would actually be durable enough.
I have a drill. We have a lot of stuff. Like, we can do this.
Yeah.
I just.
Like I said, with the glue and the clay, that in itself is the wheels. So with that, I think that because that is I think the biggest hurdle is having good wheels.
Biggest hurdle for the turtle.
The hurdle for the turtle, yeah.
Yes.
That was the kicker for me. Is
As for the crafting thing, I'm sorry. I know Padwina's going to have some crafting stuff on her. It's just not. The players don't always keep up with this stuff. I can't imagine Padwina as a crafter without some kind of crafting materials, especially if she's making rune stones and stuff like that.
I know
See,
she has crafting tools and things. You guys absolutely would have been able to make good quality big monster wheels. It just would take time.
Well, yeah, but you said that it would take us
sorry.
time because we don't have those kind of tools. That was something you said specifically.
Yes, because she doesn't have a full kit of carpenter's tools and a lathe and all the things required to make a full-sized wagon.
Which is honestly an oversight on my part, but I'll fix that next time.
I don't think it's an oversight for Padwina to not have
Well,
a lathe in her bag.
I don't mean an oversight for.
I know
me.
she has crafting tools and calligraphy sets and things for crafting regular stuff, but for a full wagon.
Because she specializes in crafting book stuff and
Yes.
tomes, so that's more of what her area of concern is. That's not to say that she can't craft other things. It's just that that's all she's ever really felt she had to craft.
It's gonna take longer.
So,
without magical means or spells or other things or other means to, expedite that process.
So I can go along with the shrink item, or we could try to make a makeshift vehicle. I'm okay with either plan.
Well, with the clay wheels idea, it should be faster and quicker and easy to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, yeah. And we can color them black with the coal.
There you go.
All right. Well, that sounds like a plan.
Yeah. So with the rest of the day of you guys doing all of your crafting stuff, doing things, mixing together the sovereign glue in with the clay, I think Padwina would be able to make some pretty solid and sturdy wheels, while presumably Key would be felling down some trees and Bridget would be, I guess,
Encouraging the team with
I was gonna say
food.
shaping and shaving the things and getting them into a position to where you'd be able to do that.
Don will rip a tree out of the soil herself, and
Clearly.
well, at least hammer it.
Mhm.
We got to get the cultists to do something, probably. Moral support. All for the sorcerer. No, that's not something.
Yep. So with all that, I think you guys would be able to make a functioning shell wagon.
The Schwagen.
The Schwagen, yes.
The shell on wheels. Wait, that doesn't sound good at all.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds good. How much clay am I using? I have 300. 300 times 4 ounces of clay.
300. That's madness.
1,200 ounces of clay.
I-
Good lord.
I don't know. We'll go with 50 per wheel, I guess.
50 ounces? Or 50.
I guess 50 clays per wheel. I don't know.
Okay.
Is each lump 4 ounces?
Yes.
I don't know how big of a wheel that would be based off of.
I would think the wheel would probably have to be 4 to 5 bulk.
Yeah, so we'll go with 50 per.
Yep. Depends on how many wheels we're putting on this thing. Because the more wheels, the less size they have to be.
Yeah, I mean, it's your guys' turtle wagon, but I'm assuming 4?
I'm assuming 4.
Yeah, 4. So
Okay.
probably 4 to 5 each. Equal distribution of weight then.
Mm-hmm.
Because you said the shell is 20 bulk?
Give or take, yeah.
Okay. I don't know if that's actually how this stuff works. I'm just.
I don't know. This is the first time anybody's ever made a turtle.
I'm gonna bring
wagon, so I'm trying here.
I'm gonna bring a Top Gear magazine next time to the session.
Well, if we need any help making some basic things, we do have a basic crafter's book.
Why don't we get Gordon to help us out? Oh, right.
Hey, Gora, we killed somebody that looks like you. Do you want to help us make a...
Yeah. So yeah, with that, I don't have a turtle shell image for your wagon, but here we go.
I mean, you can use the same shell image that we have.
What do they mean by the Pathfinder player core? What does that mean?
There you go.
And this is chapter 6.
Yeah.
It's chapter 6 in this book.
Oh, I'm just saying, like, she's reading it as being in this Pathfinder player core book. It's like, what is it?
So yeah, with your guys' ingenuity, your items, your things, some of your magic, you're able to cut down the crafting time significantly and make some pretty solid wheels. And after a hard day's work at it, you have your turtle wagon.
Can we paint it yellow and call it a lemon mobile?
I'm going to say no for now, but
If we get bored, maybe.
I just don't know if I want to drive around in a big old yellow vehicle. It just feels weird.
You're right. It's just it'll be good that people will know that we're crazy about lemons. That's all.
Yeah, but the thing is if we do that, Locke might try to eat it.
Locke, if you know that it's really not a lemon, you won't try that, will you?
Have you
No,
seen how to run lemons?
of course not.
Hmm.
Can
Press
I do
X
an
to doubt.
insight check?
Sure.
Perception check.
No, I do not mind if it is a lemon-colored machine. But I was kind of thinking of going for a matching Gorant look. Is Gorant
That's,
yellow? I don't remember.
uh, no, I don't think he has a spot of yellow on him. Well, I think that sounds like the best idea. Mine was just poking fun at the fact that we were looking for lemons, so
Well, clearly we put a big old flag on the top of it with a lemon on it.
I'll accept that.
We will be called the Lemon Brigade.
Charge of the Lemon Brigade. I like it.
All right, that sounds good.
The lemon brigade. I like it.
You. Never mind.
He just smiles.
That was a good pun. I'm going to write that down in this book.
Adding to the book of jokes.
Yep. Don's made a few good contributions of her own.
Well, this little lemon journey has proved to be quite ahem fruitful.
It has not been a sour experience, that's for sure. Or bitter.
Well, okay, not everything, but it hasn't been all peachy.
Apples and
Well.
oranges.
So now what?
Well, now we ride to the sorcerer in style, I guess.
After a day's rest, of course.
Yes, I would like to have some of my spells back.
I need to switch out to make sure I have enough horse spells for the day, so we can have it pull the wagon.
So you all are going to be having your rest for the night here.
Do we have to convene with the cultist to
Well,
get
we-
him to
we-
stay, or
Well, we might want
Cultists
to.
would mention that they are going to be staying around the tower,
okay?
and based off of your interactions, you don't believe they're going to run off, especially after being like, if you run away, we're going to destroy the golem.
Yeah. Okay. That is what I wanted to know.
So you will be able to easily find them around here.
I'll cast Cozy Cabin so we can all sleep comfortably. Just make sure I don't go anywhere. That's all.
Uh,
All right, sounds good.
do you have any healing spells before we end the day?
Me?
Yeah,
I got a life boost I can give you.
if you don't mind.
Sure.
She got knocked around a lot.
Yeah,
She did.
I'll give you both. I got 2. So,
These golems are not very kind to Key.
48 and 48 is 96.
All right, that would be definitely enough.
And I can refocus and do it on myself too, I guess, because I did take a little bit. I'm at like a little over half health currently, so
Yep.
Honestly, for Pathfinder Second Edition, Rest for the Night really should just
It-
heal you up.
For anybody that has healing, it pretty much does equate to a full heal. So go ahead and give your guys the well rested tonight with your cabin and being in this location. I don't think anything will come bother you in the night.
Yeah.
All right.
unless the cultist decides to come in and say, "Can I stay here too?" Or the cultist will be a smartass and levitate Padmina out of the cabin.
There you go.
Now we're even. Oh, good morning, everybody.
Hi.
Starts walking towards the door of the cabin while wiping her eyes. Can't wait to go cook something.
You
Is,
just
it, is,
feel
it, is, it, is anyone going to stop her?
you just feel a hand on your shoulder, a big hand.
I look up.
You would see Dawn.
Oh, thank you.
Wait until everyone's awake and ready to go.
Right, the kitchen's this way. I don't think there is a kitchen in the cozy cabin. But...
No.
No. Bridget, are you going to be cooking any special meals or?
Well, sounds
Well,
like,
if you
sounds like a good time to do so for the day.
well, if you do,
Guidance!
why won't that picture work?
Is
well.
it still uploaded in the same place that it was at when you first?
Yes.
That's the one thing I'm thinking about.
Oh well, it doesn't matter. I'll
Yeah, well.
fix it for next time.
Well, all right. Let's see what I got here. Let's see what can we make today. Something new, maybe. Something. All right. So for the day, we're planning on meeting with the Kobold Sorcerer and the gang. That might end poorly. Who knows? Let's see here. What does this item do? That will not be useful. That will not be useful. Meh.
Sajun is always useful.
This might be. Okay. Alright. I have found something to make.
I just want to make sure that this horse is fine enough to carry us on a.
Phantom Steed? Yeah, the Phantom Steed should be fine for 8
Okay.
hours.
It just makes it seem a lot less cool than it is. So
Yeah.
you're like, oh, I can't carry all this stuff, and it's like, I mean,
Well, as long as you're not putting the turtle on its back and it's pulling it should be fine.
okay.
It's like a carriage, I guess. Then in that case.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm assuming. It doesn't say anything about it, so I was a little.
Yeah, it doesn't, but I think it would work. For the purposes of your turtle mobile, it should. Are you going to be casting it at 4th rank?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, okay.
See-
It's going to be a zoom-in wagon.
Yeah. Also, we can go through water because we're on a turtle and it can walk on water. So if we have to get across.
That is a good point. Yeah, it probably would be kind of amphibious.
See, that's already a great idea.
I will say because it's carrying the wagon, it will have a foot speed of 10 less than it would if it was. Basically, it'll have 10 less speed than the listed
That's fine.
speed because it's pulling a big
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Oh well, Tailwind can't target anybody.
So did you all sleep well last night?
I did. How about everyone else?
Yes, mostly.
Maybe we should go have an eye to our friend over there.
Alright, Bridget will need the 2 hours to make ingredients, to make some special ingredients.
All right, go for it. You will have time in the morning.
Sounds good.
Padwina. Okay, never mind. You remembered. Good, good. I was gonna say don't get temporary hit points, but you remembered.
Yep.
Can't do something. What does that mean?
Amazingly, I actually succeeded for the first time.
Hey!
I'd like to point out that I put guidance on that. Well,
Well,
it doesn't change anything, but
guidance, no. Since this is a 2-hour activity, guidance won't help. I actually beat DC 29 for the first time since this campaign. Hey.
Yay.
Which means
Hey!
I get 4 special ingredients, which brings up to 5, which will be enough for all 3 of us. Hooray.
Yeah!
Yay, so all 3 of us will have the special effects of this food. Just as a flavoring roleplay question, if Zally were to like wander around this area, like, would you find any ingredients out here, like maybe some herbs or maybe a few nuts or some fruit, maybe?
Is she trained in nature or survival, or is Bridget?
Zally, what you got? Zally is nature trained, yes.
Okay, give me a... Oh, what is the DC?
I failed.
What?
I failed the DC. Doesn't matter what it is, I fail.
would a +1 help?
Don't know.
I
mean,
don't know. I haven't.
Zally is wandering out looking for stuff, so again, guidance wouldn't help because it's a long activity.
I want to try anyway.
I want to try.
I'm just personally obligated to do it when someone's doing a skill check, regardless of how long.
Going out, she's doing things. I would say this is a trained, so this would be a DC 15.
Yes!
Did you roll below a 15?
No, I got an 18.
Oh, okay. Then you would be able to find some nuts and things.
That's a lot of nuts.
I guess she would also find a special ingredient. I don't know how. She finds a nice mushroom, I guess.
That's not necessarily why I was asking for it. It was purely just for role-playing flavor-wise. Nothing,
Okay, well, I mean, she'll find one special mushroom and a bunch of nuts and things for you guys to
sweet.
have.
Don't eat the weeds.
Alright. Is it time to eat, or later?
Is it time to guidance?
It's breakfast time. Yeah, I think it's time to eat.
It's breakfast
everyone-
time.
Has everyone gotten their daily preparation out of the way?
Yep.
Yeah, I should do that. Give me a moment. While I'm doing that, you go ahead and do whatever.
Actually,
I gotta do my spell prep.
Okay.
4 different spell lists.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Fun, fun, fun. uh, that's what I asked for.
True. Okay, so this will be a DC 18 cooking lore for the food that I'm making. It's a level 3 meal dish. Here we go, DC 18. Cool.
DC 18?
Yeah, so that's almost a crit success.
What?
That is, if
That
it's a
would-
DC 18, that'd be a crit success.
Oh, right, yeah, sorry.
That would almost be
Plus
a
20,
super-
yeah, I'm sorry.
I was
Okay.
gonna say, wait.
Oh man, it's not plus 20 from this DC. Yeah, you're right, my
This
bad.
is like this isn't a super critical success.
Yeah, it wasn't a crit success. Alright, so for breakfast, I will be coming out with the crit success effect of some succulent herbed and roasted nut sausages. It will reduce the DC of flat checks for persistent damage by 4. So rather than DC 15 to end those checks, it'll be a DC 11
nice.
for all 3 of us.
Is this something that we eat now, or
It's breakfast.
It's
okay?
for 24 hours, so it doesn't.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
then you eat
last
it
till
now.
tomorrow.
For the next 24 hours, that will be. And since it was a big thing, I guess a fortune effect on your food.
Alright, Bridget. What you got? Yes! Bridget eats it. It's like, oh, yes! I got it. This tastes
Sausage.
delicious. 14 for
You got a
you.
14.
I am not opposed to sausage. This is very good sausage.
Oh wow, this is really good.
Ah,
I think you've hit it out the park on this one.
not yet. No, no, no!
I am not a fan of sausage.
Hero point! Oh, cuss not fair! It's not fair!
Guidance? No. Okay.
It's not fair!
I'm not a fan of the texture of the nuts.
She's not a big fan of sausage and nuts, everybody. You know it.
You heard it
Okay.
here. You heard it here. Oh, man. You rolled a 5?
Yeah, she rolled a 3 and a 5.
And Key got a... Okay, and Locke got a 16.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone liked it. Wait, Zally. Don't betray me now, Zally.
It's like 1, 2.
Okay, 15. 15's good. 15's delicious. Well,
I'm
we
not-
all rolled
I'm not
14
even-
and above, and then poor Dawn.
I'm not even gonna try to say like, why don't you try deer jerky with it and see what happens? Because yeah, I don't know how that will go.
Well, I suppose out in the wilderness we can't all be we can't be picky eaters. Like,
Yes, unfortunately.
by the way, we still get the effect of the persistent damage from
Yeah,
the check.
yeah.
Yeah. And you don't, because... oh well. One day.
Yep.
You'll get her.
Yeah, I'll get her one day. Maybe one day I'll lower her standards to a 17 or above. Who knows?
Yep.
Bridget's campaign goal, you know?
Mm-hmm. And with that, I believe the sun is up. It's a beautiful morning. What is the weather? What is the weather? Would one of you like to roll me a weather? A
D100.
D100.
Rolled it already.
Oh.
It's a collaboration effect. Because we usually have to roll 2 D100s, don't we?
24. And then, yeah, and then roll me a D8.
You're
Okay,
up, Bridget.
Bridget.
D8.
D8.
How many hails are going to hit us in the face?
Okay.
Golf
7
ball lethal
squirrels
size
fall out
hail.
of the tree and land on you. No, not really. No.
Oh, okay.
No, it is a nice, beautiful, clear day. The fog that has been floating around for a while has seemed to have cleared up, leaving you for the most part with a nice and crisp, beautiful morning as the sun beams through the clouds, burning them off. If I can just remember how to get rid of fog. Oh, there is no fog here. That's just the map.
Yeah, that's just the map.
Okay, never mind. All right. So yes, the morning is yours. You'll find that the kobold cultist has in fact camped out near that rock by the tree, and they have just been kind of sitting there and hanging out.
We have to see how the Codebot will like this
Oh yes.
breakfast of yours. It is a pretty good reception for most of us.
Oh, believe me, for the Kobold Sorcerer and whoever accompanies them, I'll, if the occasion presents itself, I'll go a bit above and beyond.
Oh, no. I mean for the cultist right there. She'll
Oh.
point over.
Oh, right. Well, there's still some left over.
Yes, one of the stipulations was that they would have to have breakfast with us,
That is right.
share meals. Dinner, I forget the exact wording.
I think you hit it on the head. All right then. Let's get him over here and
He'll fly over there. But stay like she'll go around. She'll knock on its tent.
It's just sitting on the rock.
Oh, okay. Good morning.
I see you're awake now.
Yes, we have breakfast for you.
You tried to poison me! Roll initiative. Oh no, because you rolled so bad.
Ah, yes.
Come with me.
Stipulation.
Here, give me your hands.
They'll kind of recoil their hands at first, but slowly hold them out towards you.
She'll kind of bring her in for a slight embrace and then start flying her towards the group. This is just faster.
You'll see their eyes will go wide and they'll just kind of latch onto you.
And back down to the ground we go. Okay. Our final breakfast guest has arrived. Bridget has made something very special this morning.
It does not smell bad.
Oh, that's already a plus. you get the fortune effect too. 13, I'll take it. I'm happy.
That's a Kobold's 13. Which is
You'll see that they will be skeptical at eating at first, but after getting a taste for it, they'll eat it up pretty quickly.
Ever just kind of leaned in to get his thoughts on the food.
I still do not know what it is you are. I do not understand all of you.
Neither do we.
we are just a bunch of nice people who want to see the world and meet new people, yes?
Much like we're doing right now.
Well, you have certainly met new people. So, will we be going to the lemons today?
It is
Well,
possible.
we,
I am sure
we're going to see the sorcerer first, but afterward, I don't see any problem with it.
the sorcerer may even know where the lemons are, so even better, yes?
Even better, yes.
Aye.
Yes.
I'm sure your almighty sorcerer will know where some lemons are.
But I cannot answer that for you. I do not know.
Has he ever given you a lemon tart before?
No. Never.
Oh,
See, this is why they need us.
you need to be awakened to this incredible flavor profile.
Everyone loves those lemons.
Oh, you poor soul. We'll help you out on that. Don't worry.
I know. We will find lemons.
Well, I was talking about the cultist, but
Oh,
because he's it sounds like he's never tried lemon tart before. Anything with lemon in it.
lemons were always hoarded by the people in the villages.
Well, I suppose there's a reason for that. They are quite tasty. Feel free to put that sound bite into a shell if you'd like. So tasty.
Stolen shell.
I trust with the making of your. What is that?
Looks over at the turtle mobile.
Oh, that was something we constructed together out of the remains of that turtle. The tree dragon left behind.
I see. I trust with the construction of this. You all are eager to leave this place then.
Well,
It just is
it's-
nice to travel around in style.
Yes. Has everyone made their preparations before we go? Any last minute business before we take off?
Not me.
Nope, I think we are ready to go.
Everyone into the carriage.
All right, you all will go into your carriage. Key will conjure up the old
Yes, let me
thingy.
cast.
Oh, right, Key, you got some items from last session. That's right.
Oh yeah, I wanted to. Try to identify those.
Yes, feel free to do so.
Guidance.
All right.
Please, someone take my guidance.
You know, what, I will take your guidance on the one that I feel is going to be the most difficult.
Okay.
I can't. How do I? Oh, can you do the thing where it says, where you put it in the chat that it makes it
Right,
where I
right,
can
right,
press?
where is Key? That one is
It's in the weapons.
this.
Okay. What does she have?
That is one of the 4 magic jewels.
Nature, religion, occultism. All right. What's the guidance?
+1.
Yeah.
Actually, this is just a sling. I don't want to use it on a sling.
Can I identify it from here? No, I have to go in your inventory again. Okay.
Yep. It's fun, isn't it?
Yep. All right. Here we go. And
It's-
there you are. There it is. You have identified it as a this.
Yay! Let's see.
Ooh,
You
it's a
find
flying sword.
that.
Ooh, that's
Huh?
fancy.
What? What was that, Kevin?
Nothing. Move along.
Oh. Okay. You'll find that amidst the rubbles and ancient objects, some way somehow this bit of leather managed to survive the test of time and is still in a usable state.
Would this be able to be usable to sling bombs?
It can be used to sling many things.
Okay.
Right. You wanted other items, correct?
Next is the unusual object and the equipment. This I will.
Which one?
The one that's at the top, very
One that's
top.
at the top. Okay.
I moved it to the top.
All 4.
One of the 4 schools of magics. Take your pick. That's still a success, as you will find that it is a this.
This.
A stone of encouragement.
Yep.
I'll take every one that you have.
Hey, it's the guidance stone.
Yeah, it looks like it.
In a way, yeah, it kind of is.
It's a Dobleton's fight stone.
Yeah.
Oh, my sweet
I guess
boy.
you don't. I guess you don't need me anymore.
Well, Paduna, you were replaced by Rock.
No. See, guidance is stackable. This is an item bonus.
Oh.
Mm.
And it's only used for skill checks.
So,
Yep.
so you'll still want my guidance?
Of course. Of course. Okay, next subject.
Okay, next object. I'm assuming in the list.
Yes. Encouraging stone.
You will hear the words, "So tasty." Okay. You identify it. Identify item. Bloop. It is this.
Yay for this.
Barricade stone.
Oh, nice. I like that item. I've used it to good effect in the past.
You did actually.
That's good.
Control
I
solid
like
square
that.
or more than 20 feet. Nice. Okay, that's nice. The cube fills space as well enough. You just can't slip through. But it's far from perfect seal.
To answer your question, this sling with slings. Yeah, you can use
Yep.
sling to sling things. All right, next one.
Yay. Okay, that's all the guidances.
All right, that is a success.
Another one.
They are these.
This one's a sphere. Whoops, forgot to loop it. I
Oh,
went into
me too.
another Xenoblade song, which was funny.
Me too.
I don't think I picked up anything from that battle. Let's see.
This one, as it stands, just seems to be a really fancy magic rock.
Vatvina, I need you to look at this. I don't understand. I'm pretty sure it is a triangle, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
Can you look at this?
I'll
I
give
don't
it a
know. It
shot.
might be a dog.
Of course.
Is it a hot dog?
Oh, is it the emerald tiger? Clearly, it's an emerald tiger.
It's a dog. All right, and
Not a dog.
it's a dog stone.
Oh, it's a cylinder, not a triangle. Of course.
Yeah, some shapes also elude my depth perception. Don't worry about it.
It's so interesting that it had a different. What's the word?
What?
Mystification picture instead. The other two were the same, but this one had a potion icon.
Really?
That was, yeah.
You're right. It did choose as an unusual liquid. That's strange.
That's why when you said it's a rock, I'm like, what?
That is strange.
It's a kidney stone?
Oh
Yes,
no.
apparently. Okay.
I think that's all the unusual items.
And I don't have any, so.
I believe
Neither
so.
do I.
Yeah.
No, I got them all.
Okay. You got sling and a bunch of rocks.
Oh boy.
We take those.
It is now what time is it? It is now 7 in the morning. What
Well,
I really need to write down. What was the time per square? Was it 1 hour before? Ironically, the one thing I didn't write down for this is one of the most important things. So I have to ask this every single time because
I think
memory is
it was
very
1
good.
hour before. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's an hour.
Okay. Then I believe you are traveling at about twice the speed with your horse and turtle wagon. So that would put you guys at, I guess, half an hour per square. For the sake of simplicity, I don't want to do like it's all that. But
Nice.
we'll put it at that. Like trying to figure out. Oh, it actually is by 37 minutes faster.
Oh,
Okay. So where exactly are we going? By the way, we never got your name.
yeah, I don't think we want to call you. Well,
What?
I won't say it. Cultist.
Call me Blorp.
Lord.
Blorp.
It is nice to meet
Blorp.
you, Blorp. My name is Key.
I'm Pedwina.
And where are we going, Blorp?
We are going north.
To the river.
Yes, to the river.
Okay.
So,
1 hour.
do you? What's your guys' dental like? Is it good?
We don't live that long.
They don't even have dental.
8 o'clock.
So lots of career opportunities. Got it.
Another hour.
Says with a very uneasy.
Lots of career
Yeah.
progression, yes.
Yeah.
All right, another hour. By the river, you can make out what appears to be a whole pack of cat creatures.
I want
I
to
would-
pet one.
like to do I don't want to say recall knowledge, but I kind of want to observe them
Okay.
to see what they're doing.
All right. Then give me a perception check.
Uh,
I want to adopt one.
Hmm.
Maybe if it doesn't want to kill us.
That's a good stipulation there.
29. That would be a 30. Looking through your scope and magnifying glass, you are able to make out that as it stands right now, they appear to be swimming around in the water and mostly lazing about, not doing a whole lot. Lots of them are laying there. Occasionally, you will see that some of them will pounce one another, kind of sneaking up behind them and jumping on them, and then you'll see the other one kind of, bat them.
What size are they?
They are, let me go check, because token on the map is not a good indicator. You're able to make out that they appear to be, I believe they are large.
Large.
Either
Okay.
large or medium.
Ah, dang.
Let me check.
Big catos.
Check. That would be. What
do-
size are you guys, ultimately?
Are they one of the people?
They are
that
medium. They are
Medium, okay.
medium creatures.
Are they one of the things that hunt you?
Yes, those are things that have hunted us.
Oh, okay. Well, that was a good answer. But
I suppose we should stay away from them then.
I wanted to pet one. Oh well.
Clearly, they are not to be messed with.
No, they are quite ferocious. I don't know if I believe them.
Do I see anything? Their tail looks at the tip. Do I notice anything about that?
It looks to be. Well, here's the larger image.
Aww.
Okay.
It appears to be a big old cattail.
See, I have no doubt in my mind that if we tried to get out of the car and pet them, there would be another encounter. But but the
Well,
pictures do
I'd say it's
dark
worth
here.
it, man.
Yeah,
Pedwina, do you want to go pet one?
I do.
Here we go!
Ah!
Yeah! She says, yeah, and the phantom horse just starts
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you will be
You sure
heading
that's a good idea?
further towards them. Give me a little bit to get the map ready. I gotta go grab a map.
Nice kitty.
Maybe
Be
we should
gentle.
convince them that we're nice too.
Any more of that sausage left?
Well, Dawn didn't finish her portion.
I thought she finished hers.
Did she? Hard to say.
She snuck at the pad.
There you go. There you go. Pat fished it for her.
Okay, this would be good for a 5-minute break if you guys want, as I gotta get the map ready.
Cool.
How's everybody doing?
I'm
Good.
going.
Blork will be leading the way forwards towards the castle on the road. And off in the distance, you can see, now that you're much closer, it is quite dilapidated, and you can make out that it has, well, some individuals up on the ramparts and the battlements. You can see that much of it is overgrown, and the place is generally in a pretty poor state.
Oh no, it's short stack goblins again.
Mm-hmm. Always. Is there any other kind of
No, there's not.
goblin art?
Well, we've only seen 3 so far. There was 5 in view, and 2 of them are pretty goofy looking, so, you know, we might be safe.
Hmm.
Those are Marvin the Martians.
Yes, exactly. They're the Looney Tune Martians.
Yeah.
That means their guns can cast power or kill.
They
I
have
mean, don't
guns,
all
though.
guns cast power?
Ah.
No, their
Interesting.
guns have disintegrate on them.
Ah,
Okay. Well, Blorp, you lead the way. We will follow behind you. Pedrina, be sure to be by his side. Their
Of
side.
course.
Off in the distance, you'll see one of the goblins will reach for a horn, and they will blow into it to hear a burp. And you'll see Blorp will kind of jump up and down and wave their arms. You'll see that Blorp is visibly shaking right now.
Hmm.
It's alright, Blorp. You got this.
Of course I have this.
As long as it's not a trap for us.
I believe that is the signal to, and it is okay for us to proceed.
Then let us go.
See them kind of sidestep and climb through these spiky battlements that are decorated with many skulls of different kinds of creatures, from animals to humanoid skulls.
Bridget and Zadie, are you staying behind?
We are on our way.
Okay.
It would be
Key
better if
just
we were all
kinda
here.
flutters around them.
As you get closer, you'll see, yep, goblin.
All you guys know what goblins are, right? Do your characters not know what goblins are?
They
I'm,
would, yeah, she would know what goblins are.
I'm sure Pat's met Mushka at some point.
Oh, yeah, that's right. There's Mushka. Mm-hmm. You'll see Blorp will go forwards, look into the book, fumble through some pages, and you'll just hear them making goblin noises. Just Mokaka.
Wait, what?
It works.
You'll see from inside the big helmets a hand will reach out, and you'll hear a echoey voice back at them, kind of motion for you guys to move in. As you make your way further inside.
This is a whole settlement.
This is where the Long-Ear tribe lives. One of them.
I see.
They're a long time not on good terms with one another.
I see.
But you are on good terms now?
The sorcerer has said we are on good terms, so we are on good terms.
Oh, that is good.
Good to have his reassurance on that.
As you'll be led inside of the main courtyard. As you'll see that yes, this does indeed appear to be a whole goblin settlement full of many goblins. You can make out sights and smells. Some of the smells are not the greatest. You can see that currently. Well, what do you guys see? Give me perception checks.
Here we go.
The smell is offending me too much to notice anything.
Yeah,
Why do you always roll one on a perception check?
Zally with the perception checks again.
Okay, well,
I don't notice the Megalodon but behind us.
yeah, Padwina, Zally. You guys are, especially Zally. My goodness, Zally is in her own little world, singing "It's a Goblin World." They've got the pickles. I want some pickles. She's just in her own world.
With catchy songs like that,
I mean,
Padwina, you are also slightly mesmerized by the little song that Zali is humming along.
happy to share a brain cell with you.
Yeah.
We have one together.
Yeah, Bridget, you are able to make out the smells of a kitchen up in this direction. There appears to be a hearth going, and the smell cartoonishly wafts towards your nose. Key,
Oh.
you ended up rolling pretty well. You take in the sights. You can see that there's many goblins here, quite obviously. This seems to be a fairly, as far as you can make out, it seems that the goblins have been here for a while. It's in pretty good condition, all things considered, for goblins. You can see that there appears to be many raided carts, wagons, and the like. lots of things that seem to have been pilfered and pillaged. You can make out that there appears to be, yes, you can see that there are the two animated armor guys standing menacingly over here. You can see there appears to be some of the awakened animals, similar to what you have seen, seem to be locked in some cages. Here, here, and off in the distance over here. You can also make out what appears to be a big man made of books.
Oh, okay, that's what that is.
Bookman.
Bookman, yes. And interestingly and intriguingly to you, off in the distance, you can make out what appears to be some magic going on over here, and what looks to be what you can make out a half crafted / made clay golem.
Uh-oh.
Oh yes,
Said here.
it's my enlarged scroll.
Yes, right over here.
Okay.
You should be able to see him on the floor.
Yep, I see. All right. Where shall we report to, Blorpo?
You all wait here. I'm going to go speak with. I'm going to go speak with one of the larger ones.
Okay. We shall wait. She's gonna move kind of closer to the center so she can get a better look around.
All right, you're able to get a better look around over here. So do we just kind of wait here?
For the moment, yes.
For
We
now.
just might, yes. No one seems to be openly hostile for the moment.
But you do. Does Pat notice the animals in the cage, like the awakened animals? Or is it escape?
I don't know. Would Key point them out to her?
Not right away.
Okay.
Although, what does he see down here?
Down here, you can see what appears to be a animated sword. There we go. Whoop.
Oh.
Okay. You're right. The token is animated.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Okay.
It seems to be just hovering in position by the breakage in the wall there.
Do I see the little ghosty thing holding the sword?
Yeah, you can see the spirit that seems to be holding the sword.
Okay.
You'll see Blurp heading back back towards you with a medium-sized goblinoid going with them. She'll kind of look you all up and down.
So this one here is telling me that you're gonna just wants to speak with that sorcerer.
Yep, that is true.
It's not just anybody that can get in there and speak to the sorcerer, you know. It's a high privilege and honor.
Well, did this one tell you about our strength and our feats?
Nah, they didn't say nothing about your feet.
Well, let's just say the sorcerer would love to hear about our feat.
Well, I'm sure they would, but I could be persuaded if you, well, it's customary amongst our people. If you want something nice, there's a bit of a give and take, you know.
So you want what, something shiny?
I wouldn't be opposed. What you got?
So, let's see. Well, I have this shiny orb.
Oh, I like that one. Yeah, yous can see the sorcerer and she can look at your feet.
Gotcha. She'll hand her the opal.
Oh, I like this one.
Now you can take us to the sorcerer.
Just you. She points to you, Key.
Oh, why not the
well.
rest of my compatriots?
They haven't given the give and take.
Oh, all right then. Let's see.
I could make parley and be the representative, unless you guys want to give for the take.
Bridget will give her an amethyst.
Oh, the purple ones. I like that one.
Hmm.
Guess I'll remove it from my inventory now. Oh, good. I have
I
16
honestly
of
don't have
them.
much in the way of gemstones.
Now down to 15.
Do you still have the star sapphire I gave you?
Me?
I would have transferred it from your L to you.
I should have it.
If that's the case, then yeah, she should.
I was gonna say, there's no way that Bridget has it. UL
Mm,
had that one.
the only thing I can really give is my gilded scepter with sapphire that I got.
I got 15 more amethysts. If you wanna, if you wanna just give her,
Um,
I can pay for your entry.
Key will pop a pearl behind her and give Padmina one of these to hand.
Okay. Thank you. Um, I'll offer that pearl.
All right, your feet look good to me.
Um, thank you.
All right. You three can go in with your feet and she can look at them or whatever you're gonna do.
Can I see the full art for the?
Yeah. One over on the left.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Seat Duncan.
Mm-hmm.
See the Duncan comment W.
Yep. Oh, where are you going?
Oh, is that not where she said to go? Sorry.
Oh, he's all ready? Nobody else coughing nothing up? All right. You want to go see the sorcerers right through there? The scary guys, big ones, made of metal.
I think the three of us will be fine. You guys don't mind waiting?
I will wait out here.
Mm,
Zally
What?
tells Don and Locke that I can communicate telepathically with Bridget and share her senses, so I can tell you all what's going on in there.
I have Don with me. Let's see if I can find something else that I can give.
If ever something bad happens, I will immediately know, and so will you two.
Did you want Don to come with, Edwina?
I think I would.
Well, here you go. And she'll toss you one of these.
Um, I'll give it to Don, and
I don't want to give them the same gemstone over and over again, so
Mhm.
I understand it's variety is the spice of life and all that.
Yeah. Well, all right. I guess you can come in too. Sounds good to me.
Locke and Zaylee, you stay together, okay?
Okay.
All right. I don't know how I feel about this, but all right then. You'll keep me safe, right, Zaylee?
Yes.
And Zaylee, I want you to. I know you rolled a 1, but I want you to keep an eye on things around here, okay? See what kind of place this is.
That's okay. I'm certainly very perceptive.
I'll do everything I can.
You too, Locke.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
she is actually.
Apparently, I actually am very perceptive.
Silly, whatever you do, don't sing about the pickle. You know how catchy that song is.
Well, why did you remind me about it?
Bye.
I like
I just got rid of the worm and now it's back.
I like pickles very much.
Fine, then
Well,
I'll teach it to all the goblins here.
I managed to screw up Locke's perception check.
Mhm. Yeah, all perception checks have misfortune while the pickle song is being sung.
No.
All right, as you will be making your way down here.
alright, hey guys, you got these ones got permission to go in right now, okay? You understand me?
It's kind of clang on one of their heads.
Capiche? Kaboosh? Alright. Can never tell with these things. I think you're fine to go in. And hey, don't do nothing stupid or we'll put you in a stew.
Ah, of course.
As Blorp will head in, and you guys will also make your way into the room, which appears to have a active magic circle and a golem
Well, yeah.
being crafted right in the center there. As you will see, this individual seems to be currently focusing on the moving each individual piece of clay and molding it and shaping it somewhat magically.
Not what I was expecting.
Not what I was expecting.
Once you
Oh.
make your way inside, you will see a smallish, about 3 foot tall ish, metal armored woman. Seems to be the one that is crafting and working on this thing. You'll see once Blurp gets in and she,
The sorcerer looks at them. Blorp will get down and kneel and bow.
The sorcerer, I have my report ready for you. I have also brought these ones who are quite talented and willing and they wish to serve as well.
That is mostly correct. Yes.
You'll see her kind of stroking her metal chin a little bit at all of this. Very well, continue with your report. As Blorp will go into details about the golem and the location and the results of their mission. And they will hand a pamphlet and piece of paper. Very good, very good. You may go. But the rest of you, I would like for you to stay.
Of course. That is why we are here, after all. Oh, the music just switched over to Daggerfall Tavern music.
Have you swapped the music back?
Yes.
All right. Wow, this is wholly unexpected. Welcome to my domain.
Does she have like a humanoid? Like, I was kind of hard to tell from the art when I was looking at it. She almost looks like an ant.
It's like a suit of armor.
Okay.
Can I do a recall knowledge to see what she kind of thinks she is, or if it's someone in the suit of armor, or?
Sure, that would be a society check.
Oh, well, that's not my forte.
DC 28.
Even if I rolled a 20, I wouldn't succeed.
Oh, okay then.
Well, if you roll a 20, you would at the very least succeed. Because you would fail, but then it would go up because it's a crit.
I guess we could go for a very hard perception check.
Okay.
You probably won't get as many specific details, but you would get some details out of that. Go with a DC 32.
He is also doing it because I'm mostly curious about like physical features. So like,
No.
can I see through the dark parts of the eye part? Like, is it just darkness or is it?
As it seems to be not too dissimilar to when you're looking at Thread's helmet, as you can't really seem to make out any kind of anything going on behind there other than just the glowing eyes right now.
Okay, that's what I was wondering about. Can I also do a very hard perception check?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh. Okay, never mind.
Nice.
That works.
Okay.
Will do.
You make out that she is not really any bigger than you are, Key. She appears to be have bits of metal and armor grafted onto her, as it's kind of difficult to make out where the person ends and where the armor begins, as it kind of almost seems to be fused and part of the individual. You make out that they don't seem to be entirely golem or animated or a machine like Lena, but they seem to be almost like a person with all of this added onto them.
Gotcha.
Not exactly like what happened with Dawn, but perhaps not something too dissimilar necessarily. So this is done in a much more, I suppose, flattering and uniform manner than with what had happened to Dawn.
Okay. I can't relay that information to Padwina right now, but
Mm-hmm.
No.
So what brings you unto my domain and into my lands?
well, originally we were here for lemons, but then we had heard of a sorcerer here that appears to have some sort of affinity with golems, and Padwina here is quite interested in the animation of golems in armor.
I
So we
see.
were wanting to have an audience with you to kind of see what this whole deal is about and who you are as a person.
How very interesting. It doesn't surprise me at all that all of you would be super interested in some of the finer aspects of my people's culture. In that respect, I suppose you have a discerning eye.
I do keep my eye out for things like that, yes.
So you wish to understand some of the secrets of my people. Very interesting. Might I ask why you're interested in such things?
I
Well,
am but a student of Padwina here.
Um, usually, magical pursuits interest me in general, but recently we came across a suit of armor that I felt would be of use to the people of our town as a protector of sorts.
I see. And is your town within these lands or is it elsewhere?
It is in the mainland.
Ah, I see.
We all hail from the mainland. I trust that won't be an issue.
Might I ask of which countries each of you hail from?
Oh,
I am sort of from here and there myself. Uh, and Padwina, you are from where again?
I am from Hast.
Ah, yes.
Oh, really? You're from the Snow Elven Kingdom, are you?
I am.
Snow Elven Kingdom, you say?
Yes. I suppose it's also ruled by those pesky frost giants, but we usually focus on the snow elves.
Oh, you
Have
you
you been to
you've been.
Hast?
I've been to the eastern portions of my domain. Yes, I've been there.
Your domain, you say, in Hast?
Hmm. And what of you, oh great tall one? Bridget?
Yes.
From where do you hail?
Apologies. I am the greater region of Calados.
Calados. Interesting. Well, that is all very interesting. Very interesting. And I must offer my deepest apologies to each of you, for I'm certain that the welcome that you have gotten to the fine land of Elatrion has not been up to snuff. Things are in a bit of a they're in a bit of dire straits at the moment.
Yes, we had gathered that much.
Yes, seems to be some conflict going on.
Oh, absolutely. But never you worry. It is being dealt with.
Mhm.
So, you say you are a ruler of this land?
Yes.
And exactly, is it the entire island, or
This is all under the domain of my sovereignty appointed by the gods themselves.
Uh-oh.
oh, I see, of course, that makes so much sense. Ah, is now Blorp had told us not very much information about you. I cannot imagine that this location is your mainstay, is it?
This is currently my mainstay. Yes, it is. Like I said, things are in a bit of disarray at the moment.
S-
It is a shame, really.
Tell me, what happened?
I don't know. I've been trying to figure that out myself.
I am going to throw something out there. I'm just curious. Have you been asleep for a long period of time?
She kind of leans forward. What makes you come to a conclusion like that?
Based off of small information, and it seems your arrival to some of the uh, denizens of this island seems to be relatively new. It would appear that some of. If I had to make an assumption, you were the ruler, or I'm sorry, still are the ruler of this land, and well, it doesn't seem that most of the people would see that. But that doesn't make sense to you, as you have been ruling this place for quite a while, yes? And you say the eastern part of your province of Hast? Well, I imagine that was at a time when this island was part of the mainland?
My. Key from here or there. You are quite the little detective, aren't you?
Also, I don't think the snow elves have ruled and Hast for quite a while.
How interesting.
So, what has awakened you? Where did you find yourself in this time?
I simply awoke. found things in a sorry state, and I aim to set things right. Oh, goodness. I do believe Plorp was correct in bringing the lot of you here. You strike me as mercenaries. Hmm? Or perhaps you prefer the term adventurers. Have a seat, have some tea.
Keo, look for a chair. Is there any
There will be some.
chairs?
There will be some stone blocks you can sit down on that have crumbled from out from the wall.
Every goblin and kobold here has a stool ring. They just appear.
Yeah, as this goblin will pass out tea to everyone.
Hmm.
She will take a drink of the tea.
As will the sorcerer. So
Does
I
Key
assume
like
that you
tea?
came here to come get
Yeah.
articles, artifacts, treasures from my kingdom, perhaps unbeknownst of what all of it is. I mean, why else would you be here for lemons?
We are actually a group of traveling chefs. Well, at least one of us is. The rest of us are more of apprentices. Well, I guess she is also a chef as well, and she'll point to Don.
Donald nodded head.
So when I say we were looking for lemons, I do mean that lemons. The fruit is actually quite well, I can't say rare because it is around, but it's not grown very much elsewhere.
It's not something you come across very often.
You mean
Not on the
they're
mainland.
still. She'll kind of do a little bit of a fist bump. Yes! I had worried that some of our crops had gotten into the wrong hands, as it were. It
Oh,
pleases
great.
me to hear that lemons are still a rare commodity only found here.
I can see why that would interest you. They are highly sought after.
Oh, yes, yes, they are. They still are? Wonderful. Hmm. So you said you're all traveling chefs?
More or less.
And I'm to believe that a bunch of cooks beat up one of my prime agents?
Well, of course. Do you know how hard it is to kill monsters? You have to be strong in order to get the primest of materials.
I mean, not too long ago, we killed the megalodon.
You've had fish for a while.
Yes.
What is a megalodon?
It is a massive shark.
Bigger than this, probably this entire establishment.
So is the mainland covered in chefs, like the lot of you?
Um, honestly, I don't see too many of these days.
Not solely dedicated to that pursuit, anyway.
I see.
No, they
Can
have
chefs...
all sorts of regulations out there about their food and their taxes. It is hard for a independent chef.
Yes, I'm certain it is. Can independent chefs still be bartered with for services similar to mercenaries as back in my day?
What does she want from us?
It depends on the people, of course. If you're speaking about us, then um, I mean, we could be persuaded depending on the task.
Hmm. You see, I suppose I could be persuaded to offer you some work in exchange for some of my people's rare and wondrous goods.
I am less interested in good right now, but more of information and possibly peaceful resolutions.
I see. That said, to kind of clap her metal hands together, have you ever seen one of these? As she will procure a potato.
Oh no, of course, it all makes sense now. I was starting to wonder with the pinkness and then the queenness. Of course, it's a potato.
You'll have to explain this to me after.
You'll have to explain this to me after.
You have to explain this to me too.
It's the queen girl from the Dingo Doodles thing with the she took over a kingdom with potato.
The
That is
Dinko Doodles?
that is such a coincidence.
You can't see the both of them right next to each other and not have me.
I wish I had thought of that, but anyway,
Either way, it's Pad's turn to look dumbfounded over.
ever seen one of these?
Um,
I think we have, right? Potatoes are not.
Every day.
they are incredibly plentiful.
They're a wonderful crop. They
Every
last.
day?
Yeah.
They last for quite a long time. They're actually great for adventuring.
You can make all sorts of meals like this. First one that comes to mind is a nice shepherd's pie.
Please make that soon.
You know,
Fine, we have other delicious and wondrous fruits, vegetables, and crops that you could use for your chefery. I just don't happen to have any here at the moment.
you know, who have you come across lately? Have most of your followers only been kobolds and goblins?
For the most part, the other invaders have been very unwieldy.
What word? What was it last?
The other invaders have been very unwieldy, very unyielding.
I can't imagine that your name is just the sorcerer.
That is the name I am known by, and it is the name that they call me.
What was your name before you awoke?
We are not on a name basis.
Ah, understand. It is hard to accept a ruler whose name I have never heard of before, though. How could we be sure that this is your kingdom if The king or queen has no name.
I have a name, and this is indeed my queendom. Are you claiming to be one of my subjects?
I wouldn't know if I was if I don't know who the queen is.
She will kind of look over and inspect and look at you. Because you do not look like one of my subjects.
And what do your subjects look like?
They're small, little folk, similar to humans.
Ah, you were a queen of halflings. That would explain the potatoes. So halflings used. I
You
didn't know
certainly are
halflings.
just a chef. She kind of. I don't think I believe that.
Oh, that is my current profession. I used to be a pirate for a while, and then I was sort of in between jobs. I think I was making candles at one point. Oh, I was a maid for a while. That was a
I
very short employment, though.
it was a brief opportunity, yes.
I see.
House was clean, we were done, so we had no reason to stay.
Miss, the main reason why I speak of this, you do not seem that you have been quite brought up to speed with the world and its progress. It would appear that the kobolds and the goblins that have been left behind on this island are perhaps not exactly privy to the information of the world. However, us, we could very much catch you up to speed, as we have been from all over. There is much, much, much you could learn.
Are you attempting to fast track to become my advisors?
Nothing gets past her royal eye.
I am simply trying to do a favor for someone who has been, well, the best way to say it is thrown into a world they are no longer familiar with.
Hmm.
I have been in this situation before, and it is not a great one. I am sure you used to have castles and hills with lots of subjects that made beautiful farmlands, but I'm assuming that is no longer the case.
It will be. This land just simply needs to be whipped back into shape.
Unfortunately, the problem with that is if you do it the way that you have been doing it, it will not be a sustainable economy.
I have attempted peaceful diplomacy with these invaders upon my land, and very few of them have been willing to accept what I have to offer. They have forced my hand to move to more drastic measures.
If you don't mind me asking, what did you offer them?
I offered them to be subjects in the greatest kingdom of the world.
Okay.
knowledge, opulence, power. All they need to is swear their loyalty to me. Very few of them have taken me up on my offer.
Um,
That said, though, while I'm not currently in the open market for advisors, I could do for some mercenaries or perhaps some diplomats.
if you don't mind me asking, what are your hopes for when your kingdom is reestablished? What are
I
your
will
hopes for your
return it to the
subjects?
glory as it was, as I remember it.
Hmm.
It is my birthright. It is my duty. It is my life and my destiny, ordained by the gods. Panacea for everyone.
Did you say see it?
That's a good healthcare plan.
Yes, that is how it was in my day, and I would see that be brought back to all of my subjects.
Are you familiar with the crafting of this panacea? Or is that a
I'm
figure of speech?
afraid that the exact intricacies of it were lost on me. I haven't crafted a panacea myself since I was not but 13 years of age.
Hmm. I
One does
do
not foresee that something as commonplace as panacea will be lost to time.
I do have this experimental version that one of the townspeople offered me. I don't know if that would help you discern any imperfections in it because
You mean to tell me that the invaders here have been attempting to reverse engineer one of my people's great achievements? Oh, how quaint.
yes, but it's hardly been successful.
I do remember that the specifics of the crafting of it was quite obtuse. I so hated my alchemy classes so.
I've I've been dabbling in it myself, but um,
Well, I could use talented alchemists in my new kingdom.
hmm. Well, I say dabble in it because my main area of expertise is magic.
There's always room for talented wizards.
What
Persistent. Hmm.
about summoners with Phaedralons?
What? What?
Just being silly.
I just have a quick another question. Are you made privy to the current year?
Current year. I have gotten a lot of different answers when it comes to the current year. It seems that the invaders here certainly have quite a fractured perception of time.
I
None
s-
of them seem to have an understanding of the royal calendar. It's a travesty, I tell you, an absolute travesty.
of course. So you have been out of commission for a very long time. So long that you were even using a calendar of I Honestly, are you sure this is your kingdom?
I am 100% certain this is my kingdom and these are my lands.
Do you recognize the lands?
I recognize the locations within my lands.
So the locations still exist. Okay. So that is good. It has not been covered by thousands and thousands of years of. Hmm. In your time, how frequent were dragons?
Dragon. You'll see her kind of look a little downcast. We had dragons.
You had dragons.
Yes, we had dragons.
I am curious about these dragons. Were they domesticated? Or allies?
It depended on the dragon.
Do you remember what kind of dragons you used to partner
Of
with?
course of course I remember what kinds of dragons.
Did the dragons destroy your kingdom?
I don't know.
Hmm.
He will whisper to Padwina, I wonder if perhaps her kingdom had fallen during the Sapphire War.
That is certainly possible.
That said, you traveling chefs, each of you, I would like to have some information about the comings and goings of the mainland, and also I have a spot of work if all of you are interested.
You know what? I am interested. What do you have in mind?
Well, I have been getting complaints of the water coming from the Beryl River being tainted.
That is
Okay,
not good.
so not beavers then.
The water has to be thoroughly washed, rinsed, filtered, and then boiled before it's even usable. To think all those extra, extra steps just for tea, but it is worth it.
Well, I
I
think
would
that's
like
something that we could do.
I would like for all of you to go up the Beryl River to its source and try to discern what the issue is. If you are able to discern what the issue is, report back here, or if you think you can handle whatever the cause is on your own, you will be more greatly rewarded. I will be sure to do and come up with some things that I think would be appropriate rewards for, I suppose, chefs of your standing. You said you were interested in information. I think I could
Bridget,
pull together some information.
Yes.
does this sound agreeable to you? This seems like it would benefit not just the lady and her people.
I suppose, yes. It's fine.
Padwina,
I will accept it for now.
I do
Wonderful.
have one condition if we are going to work for you. No more attacks on other settlements in this land. At least until we can be your diplomats, okay?
I'm afraid I cannot agree to that condition as it is because orders move slowly. I
What
do what
does
I can to mitigate any assaults on settlements.
do you have no way of speaking from a long range of distance to your followers?
I do, but it is a great many followers and a great many locations.
Well, one such location I would like you specifically to not be attacking is the port town.
Very well. I will see to it that Port Town is not assaulted for the next week. That should be enough time for you to come and go and see whether you're successful or not. Yes.
I think that is enough time.
Is this acceptable?
It is.
Very well then. I will send the news out. Anyways, the source of the barrel is a bit northeast of here. You just follow the water, and you should eventually find the source.
And you say it's been tainted.
Yes.
Any idea what the contents of this?
Foul. Absolutely foul. The goblins don't seem to mind it at all, though. But I cannot stand it.
Okay.
Is it like a brownish sort of taint?
This is why I am sending you to go investigate for me. I don't want to spend a single moment around this fasted and vile, putrid water. I simply love the scent of my, and she'll pull up her teacup and sniff the scent of my lovely teas. Ah,
Okay. Well, I think we can do this.
very well. I'll gather together some things that I believe would be suitable rewards for this. And that said, I will warn you, trolls have been quite a bit of a problem up in that direction as of late.
We can handle a few trolls.
Ah, yes, that's right. You're accomplished chefs. I believe in you. Now go forth with my blessing.
Okay. Shall we head off?
Yes, let's take our leave.
Yes.
Toodles, it was wonderful meeting you.
You. Uh,
That lady is in so much denial.
I immediately see the people caged up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you would at that
I
distance.
won't. I won't say anything about it, but
I assume it went well in there.
it was fruitful, yes, and not because of our quest for lemons or anything. So
Oh, you got me excited by saying it was fruitful.
I suppose this is where we will be parting ways.
I suppose so.
We will be back to this location.
I see. I do not wish to stay here longer than I have to.
There has been a
Same.
agreement between the sorcerer and our party, and there shall be no attacks on settlements for at least a week, okay? If you could
Alright,
spread the
that
word.
doesn't really affect me directly, but alright then.
Yes, but if you come across any of your other comrades, just pass the word along, okay?
Yes, yes.
Okay, let's get out of here.
Yes.
Blarp will head off.
Please. I quite dislike staying here.
Whoops.
Well,
I don't know. I had Zally grabbed.
Fly off into the distance.
we.
So what did we learn? Did we get lemons?
We got
Lark, I've been
potatoes.
telling you what's been going on this whole time.
Oh, sorry. You're right. Did we get lemons?
Lark, I've been telling you what's been going on this whole time. No.
Maybe you omitted lemons. I don't know.
That's the one thing I never omit.
No, all right. Sorry.
I don't trust her for a second.
I'll be right back.
I do like.
I don't want to see all those. They might have come from Part Town. They might have come from elsewhere.
Whatever Queen used to be. London.
Well, that's not how she sees it.
The problem is she has the power to make others see her way. It was simply a single man in a town. Different. But now, well, that's what's happening. She wants to return the island to her glory days, meaning removing everything that wasn't part of her glory days. Offering everyone here the gift of survival. Either you join me or you die.
If she really does hail from the era that Key informed me of, most rulers
Okay,
of
I'm
that
back.
time used to deal in absolutes. So it seems very likely that that's indeed her approach.
I will simply say this now. I have no desire to join her queendom.
Oh, absolutely not.
For
No
many
way.
reasons.
I want to free all those creatures that were.
She is absolutely bonkers.
Yes,
I'm
but
kind of hoping that we can knock some sense into her and get about this the most diplomatic way possible. If we cannot, however, it appears that she is not a. Well, let's just say her influence is not as large as I was worried about.
what
Well,
is this she was saying about being appointed by the gods to?
That's pretty common kingdom speak. Every king and queen some time ago, and probably still now, believes this that they were appointed by the gods.
I suppose that would make their claim that much more among their
and
people,
again,
anyway.
there are so many deities, it's possible. But none, probably not one that is recognized outside of here, or is still relevant today.
I mean, hey, we could say we were appointed by Caden Callion, yes? We got that boon.
We sure did.
I've got one of his brews. We all have a little bit of divine influence.
Sadly, it seems the only diplomacy she is interested in is join me or die.
I have not gotten that vibe from her. I think she is just trapped in a delusion of. I think she can be persuaded after catching her up to recent times. She is just in shock. I would imagine I would be the same way if I were ruling a kingdom and then suddenly I wake up one day and I don't recognize anybody in my kingdom.
But she needs to understand that her, whatever her current notion of ruling is, it doesn't work now. Things have changed.
I mean, I does it not?
'Cause, I mean,
We
what?
still use kings and queens in certain countries.
Yes, but not all of them rule in absolutes like her.
As long as she's in shock, Leshies are dying everywhere.
And they're being caged up wrongly for just being living, existing.
Yes, that's what I'm hoping we could change. It's not too different than normal dumb king queen stuff. I am sure if there was a town in the vicinity of the Central Aspian that said, "We do not follow the king," there would be a army approaching, threatening to take them out shortly after.
So it would have been like if we didn't want to follow Roger anymore.
Yes, the only problem is that we don't run into that issue very often in Central Aspian. Because the kingdom's hold is old.
Legitimate.
Legitimate is not the word I would use. Long standing. I have reason to believe that she speaks the truth. This probably is her kingdom.
Oh,
I'm
most
sure she has
definitely used to
documents to
be.
prove it, but
But
it was a
from
long
how
time
long
ago.
ago? Yes.
And other kingdoms have taken over her land. I do not think what she is trying to do is any different than what other kingdoms would do. But she does not have the backing any longer or understanding, and I think that is where the key difference is her information is severely lacking, and her tactics of negotiation and diplomacy. Not to say that I agree with her or her methods, I
I
just
definitely don't agree with
understand
her
them.
methods.
I just understand them. It is the ugly side of politics, I suppose.
I also understand them very well.
I imagine you have following the lady around on. Oh, I'm sorry, that was Locke.
No, that
Well,
was me.
you would have dealt with a lot of these meetings, and I'm sure that you have also had seen politicians talk about taking over certain settlements that were a little less civilized.
Well, yes, I did absolutely see a lot of things like that. Ophelia did talk to a lot of people about important things that I tried not to listen in too hard on.
It just seems that this is a situation that has flopped. Instead of civilized settlements being attacking uncivilized settlements, you've got less civilized settlements attacking civilized settlements.
I suppose so. Uh, I don't really know all the details about what is civilized and what isn't and all that. I mostly try to keep my head out of all of that. But you're not wrong. I remember them talking about a lot of people and things and money and I don't know. I usually paid attention when food and money was brought up, though.
Seely,
Yeah.
what are the queendoms like in the first world?
Well, that's a big question right there. Ah, gosh, what? Well, it's not like this. The the queen, at least the kingdom that I'm aware of. Well, it's the queen herself is very much appreciated by everyone in the region, and she is recognized as such. It really depends. The first world is, well, it's not just one big region. There can be all kinds of kingdoms and queendoms all around the first world. I've only been privy to the one that I live in. I can't say about the others, but it's been good. It's a good kingdom. Certainly one that so far doesn't try to assimilate the people that live in the region.
I see.
And the queen herself, she is up to date. You know, she is not in a sleeping coma of any kind that lasted for centuries. She's very alert and awake, and she knows what's going on.
Yes, those fairies do live quite a long time.
Uh-huh.
That much I know. Well, regardless, uh, it matters not whether or not we want to become a follower of this queen or recognize her as a actual queen, but her mission is not something of selfish importance. She just simply wishes to stop something that is hurting her people. I do not find an issue with this request, as it would be safe for everyone.
I do not agree with her methods. That needs to change. And I don't think she's the type to change very quickly. Although I hope I'm wrong on that.
She could have sent any sort of other follower that she already has to deal with these situations, but she is entrusting this to strangers. I think that tells a few things about both her mental state and her willingness to. What is the word? Not necessarily negotiate, compromise.
She seemed quite, I don't know if happy is the right word, at the idea that we might be mercenaries.
Easy loyalty.
Well, temporary loyalty.
As long as she has the money, she'll be able to control them. Us.
Or the lemons.
Whatever our cost is.
She also seemed quite distraught at the fact that potatoes are common. I won't lie, I found that a bit humorous. Don will crack a rare smile.
Everything was a valuable resource at one point in time. Nothing was everywhere. Honestly, I'm surprised lemons have stayed here for as long as they have.
Well, as the avocado, I mean totally normal man in a trench coat mentioned, the other primary source of lemons recently, well, the primary source of lemons kind of sank into the ocean.
An entire oceans of lemonade.
Wait, what? Is that why the water was a little tasty?
She runs back to the shore. Starts looking
Oh,
at
I've sworn off seawater. I threw up all the next day and I felt terrible.
Pad's brain gets blown open so much she falls unconscious.
It leaves. I must say, I am not. I do not enjoy working under a queen such as herself.
I will humor it for
I
the
will
time
not
being.
enjoy this, but
I will humor it for the time being, but
Do not think of it as working for the queen. Think of it as working for the people. We are not doing this for her. If we were, we'd be doing something selfish.
see, the thing is that there is nothing stopping her from taking some mercenaries' hard work and then disposing of us when our usefulness is run out either. There's
well,
that aspect.
if we don't end up swearing fealty, that may very well be what happens.
Because
I have
I
faith.
don't think I can do that.
I
I
will
don't
not.
think that is the case. She does not have the manpower. She is weak. And I think she knows that.
I don't think she herself is weak, but her claim is weak currently.
Granted, I have no interest in committing regicide either.
No, I don't. I don't want anyone to get hurt.
These lemons better be the best lemons I've ever had.
I assure you, they will blow your mind. I hope so, anyway.
We're all gonna roll ones.
Absolutely. It's
Yep.
just
But I will be very happy. More lemons for me.
It wasn't about the lemons. It was about the friends we ate along the way.
but if we ate them, how do we know if they're you know what? I'm not gonna
I mean, maybe that sorcerer's onto something. Those corn bunnies look pretty tasty.
those
That's
poor
about
rabbits
it.
don't
Doesn't really look tasty though.
those poor rabbits don't have a chance.
Wait, no, the hot dog cats were pretty tasty looking too.
I have a feeling that if we tick them off enough, they probably think that we were tasty too.
Never mind. I could pass on eating them then.
Luckily, they like deer jerky more than us. So,
So the
fear
river
of the
is
bristles in my
polluted.
fingers.
Is that it? We have to go clean the river.
Did you guys want to end the session here tonight?
Yes, that's a good place to stop.
I was just letting you guys get your after conversation thoughts. Okay, there we are. Things did not happen in a way I had anticipated, but I hope you guys enjoyed tonight.
I did.
Yes.
What did you think we were gonna do?
I mean, I never know what you guys are gonna do, but I certainly didn't think you'd be stomping into this location and speaking with the sorcerer tonight. As to what I thought you were gonna do, man, I don't know.
Fair.